The best investment strategy is the one that aligns with your personal goals, your personal risk tolerance, and how much money you are willing to sacrifice and spend to invest in. Growing up, I didn't understand the importance of getting my money in order, getting my finances in check, creating a budget or anything like that. Now that I'm in my 40s, I've learned how to maximize my wealth. So in this video, I'm going to give you my top 5 investment strategies that help me, and hopefully it can help you. So stick around to the end because that 5th one is a gem. In your 40s, you're in a very unique position. You're not just starting out. Fam, it's like we in our prime. So how do you learn how to invest wisely? Firstly, it's important to understand that my finances is different from your finances, and everyone's financial situation and goals are very, very different. However, there are some general strategies that I implemented within my life, and I'm sure to help you in yours. Firstly, it's important to start thinking about maximizing your retirement contribution, whether it be your 401k or your IRA. If your employer match your 401k, you should be putting in the maximum amount. According to Forbes.com, 2023, the maximum amount for a person between 40 and 50 years old is $22,500. Why are we not maxing out? And if you're over 50 years old, it's $30,000. So the smart thing to do would be to put as much money as you can save away and learn how to adjust and live on the expenses that you have currently. Now, if you have an IRA on additional investment retirement account, either through your employer or you have it through yourself, that's another $6,500 you could also save tax-free alone. So we have to start thinking about the future instead of the right now, because a lot of times we live in a moment and we just impulsively spend and not think about the next day or tomorrow. So we need to start thinking about the moment now. So when we get money in our hands, we need to slow down our lives and think about the now and what we need to do and how we're going to plan it. The second investment strategy is if you have stocks and bonds, you want to diversify your portfolio. The best way I started to diversify my portfolio was using ETFs. The Vanguard Index Fund, which tracks the S&P 500, that's the top 500 largest company. You think of it like this: if you going inside a supermarket and you're inside of an aisle of a supermarket, instead of you getting one box of cereal or that one brand box of cereal that you like, how about you just buy the whole aisle? And dealing with these index funds, there are managers that manage the aisle. So if any one of these companies inside of this aisle is not performing, that fund manager will then remove that company and then put a new company in. So all you have to do is just keep feeding it. So you don't buy one, you diversify with buying the whole entire aisle with all the different products within inside of it. The next investment I did is the Vanguard International Total Stock Index Fund. This fund tracks developed and emerging markets inside and outside of the market. So that's another way to diversify. You're not just staying within one region, you're in another region. So you have multiple regions. So if one region is not doing good, potentially the other one could be doing better. So just those 2 index funds is what I have in my portfolio, and I just keep feeding it money on a monthly basis. Now, in no way am I telling you to take your hard-earned money and go and put your money into those same index funds that I'm doing. You need to go do some research because I don't need my man right here coming after you. So I just want to help you understand how you can finesse your finances. It took me some time to learn, and I'm just trying to help you get there a little bit quicker, you dig? Now, this leads me into my 3rd investment strategy, and that's talking to a financial planner, not a financial advisor. I want you to talk to and find a financial planner, someone who could actually take into consideration your finances that you have, the risk tolerance that you want, whether you want to be investing a bunch of money being risky, or you want to be moderate, or you want to be a little self-sufficient and sustain over a few years. Depending on what your goals are, that financial planner will then take that information and then give you a strategy that's built for you. So my suggestion to you is to find a very good financial planner. What I had to do is I spent months looking for a financial planner. That means that I was going into different bank branches, different, financial institutions just to find a person that looked like me. Not only that he had to look like me, but he had to know the information from the questions that I was giving him. I'm asking if you're a planner or an advisor. I'm asking about the strategies that you would implement into my life. I'm asking, are you a financial fiduciary for me? Do you have my best interest at it, or are you just going with some type of algorithm that the company is working on? So those little detailed questions gave me the confidence in the person that I actually selected, and I don't think I made a bad selection. You have to find a financial planner. You have to understand the questions you need to ask in order for you, that's best for you, so that way they can tailor a program that's right for you. My 4th investment strategy would be to consider thinking about life insurance. Life insurance is about protecting your family's future in case you become unalive. You don't want them the burden of having debt, bills, credit cards, rent, anything like that on top of the stress of losing a life. So life insurance is a guarantee that at least when you're not here, the support is actually gone. The support is still there. So life insurance is something that you should consider. There's different types of life insurance, term, whole life. Think about considering getting life insurance, getting a policy out for you. It's never too late to start building on a policy to protect your family and your future. Then there's whole life, a special type of coverage that offers even more benefits. With whole life insurance, your policy builds cash value over time. So while you're in your 40s, imagine 40 more years of putting money into a whole life insurance account. Think about it, do the math. But in the end, whether you choose term life or whole life insurance, you're still making a statement. You're telling your family that if something happens to me, the provider, that you don't have anything to worry about. The bills will be taken care of, the credit cards will be taken care of, the debt will be taken care of. We just have to deal solely with a loss of life and not the extra burden of all the bills that come around with it. At least we're alleviating some of the stress, not all of the stress, but at least some of the stress by having a life insurance policy, whether it be whole life or term life. Something to think about. Now, my last investment strategy, which is my bonus and the most favorite to me, is that once I understood how to start putting my money in a direction where it needed to be, I started to see my wealth grow. I started to see over time, after 4 years' time, I started to see how much you could actually start saving. Now, once I started to see that, then I started thinking about, so if I put $100 more, wow, $100 more makes a total difference. So now I'm starting to adjust the way I live currently on a day-to-day basis just so I can save more money in the future. So it's like building muscle memory when you exercising or working out, you go to the gym and whatnot, and then you haven't gone for a while, but then you go back and then that muscle memory is still there. But if you never have financial muscle memory, it's going to be hard to go off and on like that. So building it and then actually building a strategy and sticking with it and then creating that muscle memory, it's like you don't want to do anything else but see your money grow. So once you start learning how to get a savings account, get it up to an emergency fund, whatever that number be, it could be $1,000, $5,000, $500, $250, whatever your situation is, your emergency money should correlate with your situation. Then after that, you should have at least 6 months to a year worth of money in another account. So that way, if you lose your job, you don't use your emergency money. Your emergency money is when you are employed and an emergency happens. Your other fund, your 6 months to a year fund, is to take care of you for that amount of time if you were to lose your job. Once you have these two things in place, then the extra money after that is when you start to invest in either stock market, other businesses, franchises, or things like that. But the first thing you need to do is you need to correct the mind. You have to correct the mind in order to, when you get paid on Thursday, Friday, the 1st or the 15th, or just one time a month, you need to sit down and stop spending your money before you actually get it. I used to always do that. I was always 2 weeks behind, 2 weeks in the negative, either payday loan, and when my check come in, it's either clearing an overdraft, clearing a payday loan. I was out of order. We just have to sit back and do a financial reset. That's literally probably taking a hit with your credit, probably taking a hit with your mortgage, probably taking a hit everywhere so you can reset your finances. If you keep trusting the Most High, you will understand you have potentially 90 to 180 days to turn any situation around. I was out of order, and I'm sure you could get in order if I was out of order and was able to get myself in order. With that being said, I was out of order, and I learned how to put myself in order by creating a budget and a strategy and building the discipline just to stick to it. That's just with anything, with exercising, with eating right. Financial literacy, financial wealth is the same type of exercise you have to do in your mind before you can actually output and produce results. Remember, the best investment strategy is the one that aligns with your personal goals, your personal risk tolerance, and how much money you are willing to sacrifice and spend to invest in. So don't forget to click the link in my description for my ebook. It's a wealth ebook to give you some simple strategies to help you build wealth in your 40s. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Please share it, like, subscribe. I'm Taurus the General. This is the Finance Finesse Academy. Peace.